control with a soul like Bowie, and I'll chop you up if I'm under pressure. I don't really wanna brag, I'm just telling that I'm leaving with a bag. High five to the scarred and the strange, from the outlaw that'll never get tamed. Biscuit beats from the pirate band, sign this deal with a lobster hand. Freestyle like a bowling pin, flex these bars on a dolphin fin. Life's too short but I can't complain, doing backflips on a candy cane. Ride my scooter with a cape at night, and I'ma high five me a traffic light. I blink twice then I teleport, got kicked out of the Trump resort. Bought this cloud on a payment plan, then I ghosted out in a minivan. Mic in my hand like a waffle cone, spitting out syrup in the twilight zone. Got no job but I'm on the clock, and you can't stop me, cause don't stop. Hey ladies, oh, when you're hot, girl. When you're not, nope.
EA Sports of the National Football League welcome you to Acrisure Stadium here in the Steel City of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Mike Tirico and Greg Olson with you, the veteran Chris Boswell, getting things started. Off we go from a rain-soaked Acrisure Stadium. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Falcons set to take over here on offense. They're led by the former first-round pick out of Duke, quarterback Daniel Jones.
So you take a look at last week's game, Mike, and you certainly wouldn't say that he played poorly. I mean, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. That's a clean slate. But when you talk to his coaches, they said they haven't seen him this motivated to bounce back after a loss in his entire career. So he's had a great week of practice. He's really challenging the guys around him to elevate their standard. And if it's any indication of how today is going to go, I think we're in for a treat.
Oh, no dice there. He is met and tackled behind the line of scrimmage. Throwing is Jones on third down. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Really smart play, especially considering how early it is in the game. If something's not there, don't force it. Just throw it away and play the next snap.
Was great. They gave him no room to operate and made him pay for catching the ball. The Steeler offense ready to take the field for the first time. They're led out by the man who won the national championship back at Ohio State. It's Will Howard.
He's coming off such a strong performance last week, Mike, where he did a little bit of everything. Throws for 3 touchdowns, ran for another, and most importantly, leads his team to the big win. I'll tell you what, he has his eyes set on trying to do the same thing during these next 4 quarters.
When it's brought down, that pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down.
It's a gain of 4. Makes it 3rd and 7.
Working out of the gun, here's Howard. That pass reels it in on the right side. And he's going to be out of bounds with a gain of 7. That'll be enough for a first down.
First down.
They'll run straight ahead with Warren. That's a short pickup to about the 47. Big Christian Wilkins, the one who brought him down.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up second and 7.
At
the 47-yard line.
Play action. It's Howard. This one complete to Washington. And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10.
25 yards on the play. That's for a Steelers first
Off the play fake, here's Howard. Bit of a wild throw there behind his man, thus it's incomplete. They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Warren. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there. They come to the line needing 11 here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Howard. And that is incomplete. DK Metcalf was the intended target. And it's going to be fourth down.
Chris Boswell on for the field goal. A 47-yard attempt.
And that's going to run out of steam. It comes up short. No good. And this will remain a scoreless ball game.
And this is where playing in the elements can really become a problem. These kickers practice all year in pretty much ideal conditions. So sometimes you got to approach these kicks a little bit different. He's just unable to connect.
Try again. It's second and 10.
Wilson on the coverage.
Working from the gun, it's Jones. He fires downfield for Pitts. And he's going to be dragged down, but not until he's inside the 25.
He's a gain of 42 yards. And the Falcons first.
They fake the handoff. Now Jones. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Second and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up second and 5. At the Steelers' 17.
On the shotgun, it's a give up the middle. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
No gain on the play. And it's third down.
Jones going to try and throw on third down. That is caught back corner of the end zone. Drake London. Touchdown Atlanta. That is first touchdown this year. Bates, good, with the extra point. And the Falcons will take a 7-0 lead. So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. It's a return. Here comes Calvin Austin. Now an opening past the 30. And he'll be out of bounds on the return. And the drive will begin there. The Steelers offense ready for their second possession. They'll start with great field position up at their 45. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds, a pickup of 5. From just across the midfield stripe, here's second down. A run up the middle with Warren. And they'll take this down inside the 35. They get 15 on that game. That's a Steeler first down.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Once again, it's Warren. He'll maneuver his way down to the 32. Kendall Fuller up to make the stop.
He's tackled at the
They face
30
second down and 7.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up second.
From the gun, it's Howard. He'll get back to Jalen Lawrence. And he won't quite make it to the pylon, but he's out of bounds right around the 1-yard line.
Just seems nowadays like there's so many running backs in the NFL that you can classify as being dual threats. Of course, we see them every week make their impact on the ground. But here in the first half, it's his ability in the passing game and do bulk of his damage as a receiving threat.
He's taken down behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 1.
So we'll get a second and goal when we return. 7-0 is our score. And we're back to the Steel City after this. They'll try it again from the 2. Second and goal. The Steelers with the football to begin the second quarter. That's to the end zone, but they cannot connect. It's incomplete. From the 2-yard line yet again. What can they do on third and goal? And he will take this one across into the end zone. Jalen Warren, touchdown Steelers. That's his third rushing touchdown of the year. Boswell adds the extra point, and the Steelers will level things out at 7 apiece. So back to level after the touchdown. Time for the kickoff. This is fielded inside the 5. And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the field. Here comes Drake London, the rest of that Atlanta offense getting set. to take over once more. Unbalanced look here to the right side on 1st and 10. Now, Jones. That's out to the flat, and it's complete. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9. From the 31, here comes a 2nd and a yard.
At the 31-yard line.
Going back to the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And he'll get about 4 out of that one. That should be enough to move the chains. It is. First down.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
They'll stay on the ground. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
The key to great defensive line play is the get-off. When that ball moves, how fast can you get off the ball and get into the backfield? That's exactly what we saw here. Quick read, react, get off the block, take him down for a loss.
They'll stick with him again. And he's going to be swallowed up again. Back-to-back runs, back-to-back losses. Now it's 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
From the gun, it's Jones. This one just too far for the receiver out in front of him. That one falls incomplete. Drake London was the intended receiver there. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's Blake Gillikin now as he's on to punt for the 2nd time. This is taken at the 25. And it was brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. Steelers offense and their running back, Jaylen Warren, set to take over once more. They'll work in a tie game here in the 2nd quarter and get started with 1st and 10. I try to pitch one forward. It was an option there, but it does fall incomplete. 2nd and 10. To throw is Howard. That'll be caught by the running back, Warren. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield. It's a gain of 19 in the air. Good for a Steeler 1st down.
And this is what modern-day running back looks like in the NFL. They want to be able to activate these players in the passing game, no different than they do with the tight ends and the wide receivers. When you look out there and you have a mismatch, you have a linebacker or a safety on your running back, he's expected to win, and that's exactly what he did here.
Here comes the jet sweep.
When they called that sweep, Mike, obviously they're thinking, let's pick up the 1st down. They didn't quite get to the chains, but I think they're going to be pretty happy with that game.
Makes it 3rd and 4.
Howard to throw it here, 3rd and short, and that is incomplete.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now. They get set to take over once more. And they're going to hear it from this crowd. They're backed up deep as they start 1st and 10. 2nd down, they need 7.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7. At the 6.
Jones going to hang on to it here. The defense not fighting. They stay at home, and they tackle him for no gain. Here's 3rd and 7.
And it's 3rd down.
Play action now. It's Jones. He'll try and get there on the ground.
You have to admire when quarterbacks are willing to put their head down and fight for some extra yardage, Mike. And sometimes the juice ain't worth the squeeze. Get down, protect yourself, live to play another snap.
That's taken in at the 50. And it's a good return here. He's going to set his guys up with outstanding field position. The Steelers offense ready to get back to work. They're going to go play action with Howard. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
On the handoff, This is one. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. Looks like we have an injured Falcon on this play. First down away to the 26-yard line. And here's third down. And that is incomplete contact, but no flags. It's going to be fourth down.
It's fourth down.
He makes up for the earlier miss. This time, the kick is good. And the Steelers will break our tie and take a 10-7 lead.
Anytime you find yourself kicking in these elements, Mike, you just can't take anything for granted, especially when it comes to your plant foot, your balance, your control, your footing. It's so important, and give credit. He does a great job here able to put that one through.
The Falcons offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They'll do so with 1st and 10. To throw is Jones. He keeps it himself.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good game.
Here comes 2nd and 4. Now a give up the middle. He'll have a first down as he gets this up close to the 40-yard line.
An 8-yard pickup. And the Falcon first down.
Shotgun now for Jones. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. Pitts is the man in motion. Jones to throw on 2nd down. That's thrown right side, but incomplete. So, after 2 straight incompletions, here's 3rd and 10. Now, Jones. He fires downfield for Pitts. That is brought in. What about that? Out of bounds, all the way down inside the 15.
Falcons first down.
Again, it's Jones. He takes off, and he will get into the end zone. Daniel Jones, touchdown Falcon. His 2nd TD of the game, and this one gives his team the lead. Bates, good, with the extra point. And the Falcons are on top. It's 14-10. So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. Austin now to return this. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And this will wind up working out well. He's going to take it up to the 40-yard line. Good return. The Steelers offense getting set to get back to work. They'll throw on 1st down with Howard. Quickly to the outside and complete.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. This is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
Jalen Walker on the coverage.
Throwing on 3rd down is Howard. Oh, and that throw not able to be pulled in. It's incomplete. Looked like he may have got a little ahead of himself there. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Looking up through the raindrops. No issue there, though. Fair catch, called for, and taken successfully. The Falcons offense going to take over here in the last minute of this first half. The lead sits at 4. We'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming.
A 7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Now, whistles here. Looks like one of the defenders got a head start.
Defense.
Mooney in motion. Back to the ground after the penalty. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple. Falcons go ahead and take their second timeout. Clock will stop with 34 seconds to go until the break. Throwing now is Jones. He's going to take a shot here for Mooney. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a third down. This time they stay on the ground. And they'll get maybe a yard out of that. Not nearly enough. It'll be fourth down. This fielded inside the 35. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play. And hold that thought. Let's get right back to it. We are ready for the third quarter. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. They'll get this up past the 20. That's where they'll set up shop. The Steelers' offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. Trail by 4. Touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. And finally, they'll bring him down, but he's up beyond the 45-yard line. That one good for 26 yards.
Well, that's how you get a drive started. A big play here in the run game, and you have to imagine this is something we're going to continue to see. Success early in the drive typically results in success later in the drive.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Howard now to throw it here on 2nd down. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 2.
Working out of the gun, here's Howard. He'll get this into the hands of Austin. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 36.
Here's a handoff to Waller. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. It's a pickup of 13 yards. That's a Steeler 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Throwing is Howard. That's caught right side. It's Freiermuth. And he's out of bounds on the pass play, but that's good for 8 yards.
At the 15-yard line. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Now Warren. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
Well, this play, Mike, was clearly about the job of this defensive line. Great job holding their ground, forcing these blockers to be stood up. Nowhere to go for this running back, and they hold him to the line.
And he's in. Freiermuth. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. It's his 3rd touchdown catch this year. Boswell now for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Steelers move out to a 3-point edge, 17-14.
Falcons, 14. Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. From the 6, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Falcons offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides. As this drive kicks off with 1st and 10.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
And he will slosh his way forward on the wet surface for a gain of a yard. Just shy of midfield. Here's 2nd down. Back to throw is Jones. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a third down.
Anytime you see a receiver at this level miss a ball that easy, it's just concentration. They just take it for granted. All of a sudden, they're thinking about what their next move is or what they're going to do after the catch. And instead of just focusing on first things first, secure the catch, put the ball away.
Oh, he's going to be followed up and taken down. They got him. The Falcons getting their punter out there. He's on for the 5th time this afternoon. He'll take this in back at the 16. And he's going to be knocked down before he can even think about returning that ball. Whoa! Steelers offense and their running back, Jaylen Warren, set to take over once more. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. They'll start this on the ground with Warren. And this is going to be a Steelers 1st down. And he gets this one up to the 28-yard line.
And he just continues to chew off more and more yardage with every single carry. And you can see here with the numbers, Mike, for as strong as he was in the first half, it almost looks like he's gotten even stronger now here in the second.
Just trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw when the pass is incomplete.
Xavier Watts on the coverage.
Here's Warren, and he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all. 3rd and 11.
A loss of 1 brings up 3rd down.
Out of the gun, it's Howard. That'll be intercepted. That's the safety, Jesse Bates. And he's going to give his guys a short field to work with and a chance to take the lead. They'll try the right side this time.
And they've really done a nice job defensively holding them in check. I mean, ideally, you'd want your back to average around 4 yards a pop, but they're falling short of that threshold as of now, and partially it's why they find themselves trailing at this stage in the game.
And he'll be very close to a 1st down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot. They'll try to sneak it here, and he is going to have that Falcons 1st down. Able to convert, albeit not by much, but they get it on 3rd and a yard. Here's a toss, right side, and that play going nowhere. The defense all over that one. They'll bring him down for a big loss. So we are through 3. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Working from the gun, it's Jones. Well, that helps. It's going to be a much more manageable 3rd down, getting some good yardage on that 2nd down play.
And it's 3rd down.
Here's Jones. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throwaway. So a big one looming for Jake Bates. This to tie things up here in the 4th. And this one right down the middle. It's good. That evens the score here in the 4th quarter.
And this is where it pays to have a kicker you can trust, Mike. I mean, this is as big a spot as there is. 4th quarter, what does he do? He comes out and he delivers to tie up this game.
Here comes the Pittsburgh offense now, heading back onto the field. This game level following the made field goal. So they need to put something together here. It begins with 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Warren to start the drive. And he will slosh his way forward on the wet surface for a gain of a yard. So, from the 37, here's second down and 9. Once again, it's Warren. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold him to 2 and bring up third down.
A gain of 2 brings up 3rd and 7.
Now, Howard. And that is incomplete.
I think as the offense comes to the sideline now, the quarterback and his wide receivers need to get together and say, hey, guys, what are you seeing out there? How can we find some open targets? Because on that last down, there was nowhere to go with the ball.
Now a hit, and he lost the football. And this is going to go out of bounds, but it's a moot point, really, because it ends up being a turnover on downs. And he will slosh his way forward on the wet surface for a gain of a yard. From the 25, here's second and 8. A design run here with, the ball's out. The Steelers think they've got one, and they do. And remember now, all turnovers must be reviewed by replay. So this one is going to need a little closer look. So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down. Patrick Queen. He's in there to drop him, and it leads to fourth down. The Falcons. And their punting unit out. Important punt here in this tie game late. And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. The Steelers offense ready to take over possession of the football. We're all even. Fourth quarter, so every drive so important at this stage. And they'll start with 1st and 10. And he just does get that one away. He was being chased down, forced the awkward throw. Maybe he's fortunate that all it is an incompletion. Second down, it's Howard. Into space at the 45. And he's out of bounds, but they're going to spot this inside the 25. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10.
First down. 1st and 10.
Howard. This is intercepted. Picked up by Clark Phillips.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
Drive will start on the ground. Yeah. Solid running there. He takes this up near the 35.
And the Falcons, first down. A gain of 22 yards. First down, Falcons.
On the run, here's Carter. And he'll be met in the backfield and dropped behind the line of scrimmage. So after the loss on 1st, here's 2nd and 14. Throwing, Jones. That's caught left side by Pitts. And he'll be very close to a first down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot. A massive play here. Late, tie game, 3rd down. And he's got it. That'll move the chains. First down at the 47.
First down. 2 yards on the
They'll run here. It's Carter, and not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain. So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. We'll come back and finish this one off. After this, another try, 2nd and 10. They'll drop to throw. The ball deflected poked it at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. Towels waving, Steeler fans on their feet. It's third down. From the gun, it's Jones. That's caught right side. It's London. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up fourth down. We're about ready now for the punt. And he'll get a few yards on this return, up past the 15-yard line. The Steelers offense back onto the field for their next possession. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. This one complete to Washington.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
And he's going to go all the way. Oh, that's some late magic. They've taken the lead here in the final minute of play. Boswell adds the extra point, and the Steelers will go up by 7. So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. Now return coming from the 7. Get across the 20, mark them at the 22-yard line. The Falcons offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. They'll start out 1st down and 10. Oh, what a pressure there. He can't get a throw away, and he's taken down.
Daniel Jones sacked. A loss of 8 yards. It's 2nd down.
Now a timeout, Atlanta. That's their first, and they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ballgame. Jones. He'll step up and run, and a timeout is called, so now you're probably looking at one final play back in their own territory. This is going to take a miracle. On 3rd and long, it's Jones. And he'll just have to throw this one away. There was nowhere to go downfield. And now it's going to bring up a 4th down. Here we go. One final play. Now, deep ball for London. And that is incomplete. They had their chance. They took it there. Look, they're trailing late. Got to let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on downs. So this one in the win column for the Steelers. It was a game played in a driving rainstorm, but they would not let the field or the conditions deter them in any way. They're going to come away from here with a well-earned victory. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olsen and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL. Typical. Body overdoing it, that's so typical.